Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today, I'm continuing on with my adventures in Lorwyn Eclipse. This time around, I'm taking Abigale, Eloquent First-Year for a spin in Standard Best of 1. As soon as I saw this card, I knew that I wanted to try it out with my boy, Rakshasa. I love this card, but it has a big downside. It has Decayed, and Decayed says when it attacks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. Well, when I saw Abigale, I thought, hey, we're going to play out some Rakshasas. We're going to remove that decay, and we're going to be swinging in with a 5/5 flying first strike lifelinker because Abigale says when Abigale enters, up to one target creature loses all abilities. Then we're going to put the flying first strike and lifelink counter on that creature. The Demon Wall is also not a bad target for Abigale. We can turn this Defender with Menace into a 3/3 flying first strike lifelinker. That also seems okay to me. We are also trying out the Requiting Hex, a very popular new card in the format. Gives us a nice little bit of removal for 1 mana. It says as an additional cost, cast this, you may blight 1, then destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. If the spell's additional cost was paid, you may gain 2 life. Most of the time, we're just going to be putting this out for the base cost, destroying something, and that's that. Then the rest of the deck is what you would expect. We have removal in the form of Bitter Triumph and also Strategic Betrayal to get rid of people's graveyards. Very important in this very heavy Kavaro format that I've been experiencing. Then we have the Unstoppable Slasher along with the Bloodletter of Aclazotz. Bloodletter, of course, is a demon that works with our Unholy Annex plan that's going to be continually draining down the opponent. But then if the Unstoppable Slasher hits while we have the Bloodletter of Aclazotz on the field, we are going to get an insta-kill. And then a couple of copies of Cecil for good measure. Cecil also not the worst target for the Abigale if we have to put something on it. I think turning Cecil into a 2/3 flying lifelink first striker is okay in a pinch if we don't have a better target. Then over in the lands, I'm trying something new with demons. I'm going to try a couple of copies of Cavern of Souls. We are playing 12 demons in the deck, so I think it's going to be pretty good. Also, you can tap the Cavern of Souls for generic mana, which we need a lot of in this deck. So that is the deck. We're going to try it out in the arena as always. Hopefully it goes well. See you over there. All right, cleaning my glasses, game number 1, getting ready to try some demons. I need these demons to actually work. I think this is a good hand. I can't really see it. I need these demons to work for me because in my, before I loaded these games up, I was sitting there doing a draft, and boy, oh boy, 2 losses in a row did not go the way I wanted them to go. I went, game 2 loss was Mana Screw, game 3 loss was Extreme Flood. You know how it is. We're going to get rid of this Optimistic Scavenger while we can. We can't let something like that sit on the field, and we're going to hit them with this beautiful Cecil. Love this card. While the opponent decides what they're going to do, they're going to seam rip my boy, unfortunately. Help me out, sub up if you can. We're going to keep on climbing up to 2,000 subs. We're going to hit that in a couple of months. I know it. So thank you to all the people subbing up. And let me know down in the comments what you have been playing, what you've been having success with in Standard. I would love to hear it. Lorwyn Eclipse, pretty cool set. Lots of fun stuff in it. I'm not sure if people have quite figured it out yet. But yeah, good stuff. Wow, they blocked that. You love to see that. You love to see it. So we'll get down this Unholy Annex. We will put out a Cavern of Souls and name Demon. Lose a little bit of life, but we're drawing, and now we have 2 Strategic Betrayals. I think this is going to be very hard for the opponent who's stuck at 2 life, or 2 mana, to be able to deal with it. And kind of an unremarkable first game, but hey, that's the power of demons, I guess, if you get out ahead of them and they stumble a little bit. Not an exciting start. Let's hope game 2 is a little bit better. I don't know what it is. I just got something stuck on my glasses. I just gotta... It's bothering me. I gotta try to get it off. Okay. Hey, look at that. If we find our 4th land, we can go Demon Wall into Unstoppable Slasher into a possible Bloodletter of Aclazotz. We might get it. It's been such a long time since I hit... We may as well do it this way. Since I hit an Unstoppable Slasher kill, I don't even remember the last time I got the combo between Unstoppable Slasher and Bloodletter. Looks like the opponent might be on lessons. For some reason, this land always indicates lessons to me when I see this specific avatar island. So the opponent not doing a whole lot. We can not attack. I guess we just run out the Unstoppable Slasher. If they have some kind of counter magic for it, they have it. That's fine. Next turn, we can get the Bloodletter of Aclazotz down. Probably. Ooh, they don't have it. Interesting. What are you playing, Demir player? Pogioki. Okay, it is a Lessons deck. Possibly. I don't know. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. However, if they stumble here, you're telling me there's a chance. Temple of Deceit. They're scrying to the bottom. They must have something. They must have like a Bitter Triumph. I have to imagine, right? It's a Grand Grand. Grand Grand, unfortunately, though, doesn't let me get through. I don't think they play turn 4 board wipes. So if I put this out, they have to block with the Grand Grand. But conversely, I could just Strategic Betrayal, attack in with the Bloodletter. I think that's actually better, right? Let's do that way. We'll Betray, get rid of their graveyard. We'll attack in for 11 damage, I think it ends up being, right? They don't get into a 9, yep. And now they have to deal with this Unstoppable Slasher, also this Demon Wall that I think we're getting pretty close. I think it's 6, yeah, 6 to put +2/+2 on it. And we also have this Soulstone Sanctuary sitting here that we could animate at some point. Okie dokie, we got a little bit of a rope there from our opponent, but they had a follow-up Grand Grand. So what does Grand Grand mean? Like, I guess it doesn't matter what I put out. Let's put out this Soulstone Sanctuary. I kind of want to just load up these Soulstone Sanctuaries and attack in. That's a cool graphic. Good job, Wizards. And just go in with the Soulstone Sanctuary and the Unstoppable Slasher. Put the pressure on the opponent this way. But they do have 2 mana open. They could have removal for it. They can't also really attack in with the Grand Grand, and that's it. Again, another not very exciting one. Why are we not getting exciting games right off the hop? Okay, game number 3 is going to be better, I promise. Should not be making promises I can't guarantee, right? We'll see. Okay, opening hand, we have our Cursed Rakshasa and a ton of removal. So a hand like this is just a pure gamble. We're going to try it out because I'm hoping that I can hit the Abigale, you know, off the top of the deck with the Cursed Rakshasa on the field. That's going to be pretty good. We can also just immediately do this. Why not? That's a pretty cool land. It looks really nice, I think. May as well put it out onto the field just in case we do find the Abigale on the following turn and they don't have a cub. But I kind of assume I'm going to have to murder another thing. Ooh, okay. So, add 1 mana of any color, add 2 mana of any 1 color, spend this mana to turn permanents face up. We don't care about that. But what we do care about is the possibility of, you know what, it's fine. If they put out the Ouroboride, we just, yeah, they're going to pump up this overgrown Zealot a little bit, but then who cares? There it is, a Cursed Rakshasa, flying first strike, life-linking demon, 5/5 for 2. That's pretty good. And then on the following turn, we do have 6 damage going in with the Abigale backing up the Rakshasa in the air. That's pretty cool, I think. Right? All right, opponent. What do you got for me? Come on, stop roping. Why? 2 opponents in a row roping me. Okay, there's the 3rd land. So they have 4 mana. Throw down your Ouroboride. No. Oh, we gotta read a card. Whenever Lathril deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1. Oh, it's a shame. Okay, this deck becoming oppressive against these opponents apparently. So what were we gonna probably do here? Was I just gonna slam the Bloodletter of Aclazotz and hit them for 12 damage? Take them down to 1? Probably is what I would do. But that's cool. At least I can say I did the thing, right? We successfully got the Rakshasa on the field with the Abigale. It was a pretty good top deck, by the way. Wasn't that sweet? Okay, we did go first. We haven't been saying hello to our opponents. Maybe that's the problem. We've been rude, and because of our rudeness, the opponents have not been sticking around. Let's throw out the Rakshasa. That's cool. I really wonder where some people get these really cool card backs. Ooh, a strategic betrayal for our poor boy, which is okay. We will throw out an unstoppable slasher. If they don't have another strategic betrayal, it'll probably stick on the field. If they stumble, and if we draw a land, hey, well, we kind of hit everything as we wanted to, but the opponent just having double strategic betrayal, setting us in our place or putting us in our place. Hey, we find another unsolvable slasher though. And okay. Sure. So what do we want to see? Probably want to see the 5th land off the top. I think that's probably going to be the best thing. They take the slasher. Interesting. But we don't. Instead, we find a Demon Wall plus Abigale combo. And I think I'm okay going this way. Sure, let's unlock our Demon Wall. It is now a very good blocker against this Deep Cavern Bat. And we are starting to drain the opponent ever so slightly with this Unholy Annex, which we can throw down another one next turn. Okay, if we find a land, we don't. We don't find a land, so we can't go Unholy Annex into Demon Wall. You know what? Let's just put the Bloodletter onto the field. Bloodletter, and then we will attack in with the first striking Abigale. Fine, it does 2 damage. And then we do another 4 damage to the opponent. So we are draining them very effectively with this Bloodletter. And they need something big here. They need their own Bitter Triumph, I think, for the Bloodletter. Exile 2 cards from the top of an opponent's library. They get to do some stuff with that. That is not going to be good enough, opponent. And now we attack in with both of these creatures. I think we... you know what I should have done? I should have... okay, the opponent didn't block. I should have killed the Deep Cavern Bat with the Hex and then attacked in. Would have done 6 damage to them. Then I could have put out the second Unholy Annex for another 8 damage, and they were cooked. So even though we ran into a lot of good removal there, we just had enough pressure for the opponent. Man, I love Unholy Annex. Drawing cards, always fun in Standard. 4-0. Let's keep going. All right. Abigale is kind of looking like a pretty good card. You know, 2 mana, 1/1, flying, first strike, lifelink is kind of just like good on its own, right? That's nothing to sneer at. We get a Cecil right off the hop. That's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, really good offensively. I wonder if I'm going to be using Abigale defensively very much. What would you want to turn off, or what would you want to turn into a flying first strike lifelinker? I suppose would you want to hit a cub with an Abigale to turn off their mana? I don't know. Speaking of cub, we might be getting hit here with a cub plus other nonsense. Kind of seems like the way it's going, but at least we did get to go first. Next turn, we get to drop this Unholy Annex. We have the Rock Curse Rakshasa on the field. There's the cub, as you would expect. And do they have the follow-up to CMC card? They probably... oh, double cub. So, unfortunately, we are not playing, like, Day of the Black Sun, I guess is what the card is called. So we are in trouble. We are in big trouble. We do get to try our best. I'm going to keep the Rakshasa as a deal 2 damage to the opponent, not 2 damage to myself. It can't block anything, but that's fine. Cecil gets in 2 damage there. We heal up that 2 damage, and we find our Demon Wall. So next turn, if we end up finding a land, I wouldn't mind putting out another Rakshasa and the Demon Wall, attacking in with the decaying one. But we might just be dead here because this is 2, 4, 6, 7 mana from the opponent. Don't you love Badger Mole Cub? Leave a comment down below. How long do you think the Badger Mole Cub is going to survive our current standard, right? Is it going to stick around, or is it doomed to hit the ban hammer sooner than later? That's okay. The opponent just doing what they're doing. We miss on our land, unfortunately, but I think it's still fine to attack in this time. I'm just gonna go for it. Hit them for 7 potentially. Throw out another Rakshasa. there's no point in throwing the Bitter Triumph. Oh, they had more mana than I actually originally expected because they were getting double. So it was 3, 6, 9, 10 mana. Am I right on that? Right? Because each one of these taps for... Okay. Hold up. Do I keep my Cecil around? Why are they double blocking? If I keep the Cecil around... I'm going to kill both of these Battered Mole Cubs here. Do I really need to keep the Cecil? I can't put out a demon if I kill one of the Badger Mole Cubs to keep my Cecil around. I think I'm okay just dealing 1 damage, 1 damage. Okay, Cecil, you're down. You did everything that you could do. I think I'm okay with that. We lose our Rakshasa. It's fine, but we put out a second Rakshasa. And we drain the opponent a little bit more. There's our land. So next turn we can go 2 more creatures, or we could use some removal to clear the way. They're also going to keep getting drained. So as long as they don't have Ouroboride. Ouroboride is the thing I'm scared of now. They're down to 5 mana, down from the absurd amount of mana that they had. Man, when have you ever seen a Cecil get double blocked by 2 Badger Mole Cubs? That just doesn't happen, does it? Okay. Okay. So we win, right? Cool. Nice little victory here. We get to murder the Ba Sing Se. And this is pretty smooth. Okay. We definitely got a little bit lucky. I think we're going to put out the Rakshasa as a MVP of this game. We're not going to give the last 2 damage to the Demon Wall. That would be unfair to the Rakshasa. The Rakshasa did a ton of work in this game. Exact lethal. You love to see it. Rakdos is happy. 2 more. MTG. Hello. Keep on this winning train. To be fair, things have been going smoothly for us. I think the draws have been pretty decent, and some of the draws for the opponents have been pretty bad. The opponent there had an absurd amount of mana, and they were using it to earthbend their lands. That's not the best position to be in. However, now we are in a weird position where we desperately need a 3rd land. Next turn, however, we do have 2 hexes, so we can probably go kill the Earth Kingdom Protector, kill the Great Divide Guide as well. So we can get rid of their field. That's going to be fine for us. They don't block. Okay, so no matter what, I'm going to have to use... It doesn't matter the way I do it. I do it here. They sacrifice the Earth Kingdom Protector. We play this. We kill the Great Divide Guide in response to the Earth Kingdom Protector. We were going to have to go around this Protector no matter what. So it is what it is. And now we are out of playable cards unless we top deck our 3rd land, which we're going to do it. It's not a big deal. Every single time. They take a little bit of damage from that Stomping Ground. Cool. And they have a follow-up Earth Kingdom Protectors. Ooh, okay. Pretty good from the opponent. I don't think they're going to be willing to block our Cecil, though. And they are down to 2 cards in hand. We need a land so badly. Okay. Alright. Let's go in with the Cecil. And now we have the Hex. Do I want to take some damage from these 2 creatures? If I take damage here, I'm going to go down to potentially, well, not potentially, 13. Could be more if they have another. Okay, so they are going to take me down a little bit more. Do I want to take all of this damage, or do I just want to take some of it? If I do this now, they're going to sacrifice the Earth Kingdom Protector to protect the Earth King Lieutenant no matter what. So it's kind of like, doesn't matter. The question is, do I want to take 3 damage, or do I want to take 5 damage this turn? And I think the answer is I want to take a little bit less damage. So the Hex is good. It's doing okay here in this matchup, but unfortunately, without this 3rd land, I don't know if we're going to be able to hold off the aggression of the Allies deck. I think I'm fine getting in for 2 more points of damage here. We are draining ourselves a lot, but I'm going to throw out the Unstoppable Slasher. It's going to be a pretty good blocker for our side of the board. And then maybe next time we can potentially flip a Cecil. Are they going to attack Ham? Oh, they go for it. Okay, well, 100% of the time we block here. Earth King Lieutenant does have trample though, so we are taking more damage than I would like to. And so I'm going to have to go down to 3. Now I'm kind of thinking that I maybe made a mistake here. It's fine. I don't think the Allies deck really plays much removal. I'm starting to think that the attack that I did last turn with the Cecil was not the attack that I wanted to do. I think I would rather be at 5 life right now. Here's the gamble. Do you put out the Unholy Annex? The Unholy Annex is going to take us down to 1. I don't think I can go down to 1. But let's think about this carefully. If I go down to 1, they can't really attack with this because I'll be effectively at 5 life. They'll deal potentially 3 damage. If they have another invasion, this goes up to 3. 7. No, I'll be down to 5. 4 damage. Okay, I can take some damage there. I'm going to try it. I think this is super risky, but we're going to go for it. If they have the removal, for the Cecil. We're going to lose no matter what. So I think it was probably fine to play it this way. Aang Swift Savior Cecil. No matter what, I was dead here. I don't think it mattered. We were going to take too much damage. So we finally dropped to Rom playing allies. And yeah, maybe we needed one land probably a little bit earlier in the game to probably have a little bit of a different result in this one, but it is what it is. Okay, and our final game, 7th game. Try to find one final win at the end of things. We have, again, a ton of removal and a poor single Rakshasa. So against some decks, this is going to be a very good hand. If our opponent ends up being on mono white or auras, this hand would probably rip them apart. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna hope. It is a good enough hand, I think, and in best of 1 where you don't know what your opponent is on, if your hand is functional, it's good. You can't just guess your matchup, so I think it's fine to go this way. Okay, the opponent appearing not to be on mono white auras. It could still be. It could be Prowess, Boros Prowess, and that our hand would be pretty good against that. Okay, let's put out the Rakshasa. They don't have anything. We got to stop drawing lands. Deck, please. Maybe just draw a nice little balance between lands and spells, please. Oh, it's Jeskai. Okay. So we are... we kept an abysmal hand against this opponent. And I'm not going to attack with the Rakshasa. They could have a Get Lost to remove it. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to deal with the Get Lost no matter what. Are they just going to... Okay. Not expected. I could have guessed 50 cards before I would have guessed United Battlefront. Okay, so it's Jeskai Artifacts playing red in the main. And we are in trouble. We are in big trouble here. I guess you use your removal on these things because really what's... You know. Oh, no. Oh, how do I cancel? Undo. Okay, I don't want to play. Yeah, I should have let them scry both of them. I actually wasn't paying attention where they scried the first simulacrum. 2 to the top. That's fine. Okay. This sucks to pay 3 and to lose a card to get rid of constructs, considering they're just going to make way more. And we have just drawn so poorly. I really need this Rakshasa to become not decayed with Abigale. Don't end the game like this. Okay. All right. We'll see one more card. And then we'll decide how bad things are going to be. Yep. So I have a solution. Was that literally only lands? Did I... Hang on. I gotta check something. Because my opening hand was No, we did draw. We drew one more Bitter Triumph. Lucky us. All right, so mono black demons featuring Abigale kind of feels all right. There's something here. I think it's kind of a cute thing. Definitely not going to be a high ranking S tier deck because considering what is available to people in the format, things are way overtuned. But this is a neat idea. So if you are a demon enthusiast, somebody who enjoys playing Bloodletter of Aclazotz and Demon Wall, and of course Unholy Annex, I would highly recommend trying out Abigale a little bit, seeing if you can get the Rakshasa going, because it does seem like a pretty powerful little synergy there. Requiting Hexed, yep, kind of a good card. Everybody knows that, and everything else in the deck feels good. The meta right now in Best of One is all over the place, so I'm not sure how good the spot removal is. I feel like I kind of wanted board wipes at times. And then otherwise, the deck sometimes just loses to itself. 23 lands in the deck, right? 23 lands. And some of the lands, the games are just not agreeing with me. Today, I'm a little bit cursed, I think. My land draws have been very weird in a number of things. So it is what it is. But I think, yeah, Abigale, pretty impressed with this card overall. I just think it's a good card as long as you're not running into people doing insane things like the opponent in that last game hitting double simulacrum synthesizers off of their United Battlefronts. You're not going to win that game most of the time against most decks. Yeah. Okay. That's it for this one. If you guys have any recommendations for this demon deck, let me know. And what you, just in general, let me know what you think about using Abigale in this fashion. That's it for this one. I hope you guys are having fun with Lorwyn Eclipse. I kind of am. I think it's still a little bit too early to say whether or not I like the set or not, but there are a lot of really cool build-around cards. My concern still goes back to the fact that the format is so bogged down with overtuned cards for the cool cards in Lorwyn Eclipse to shine. That's a rant for another day. It's a rant that I've been making quite often. It is what it is. Take care for now. See you in the next video. Sarang ipana. And yeah, have a great week. Bye-bye.